Hi, I'm Dave Dickens. Welcome to the monthly economic and market update for September 2017. Today is September 13th. I want to hopefully quickly cover 4 different topics for you today. I want to talk about the Equifax breach that was much in the news over the weekend. I want to talk about the economic and market impacts of Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma. I want to talk about the debt ceiling deal that Trump just did in a very unusual way, and then a little bit about a market outlook for the next 30 or 60 days. So first I want to cover the Equifax breach. This is not like the credit card breaches that have happened in the past. Equifax has more data about you and me than we can even imagine, including our social security numbers and our birth dates. So I want everybody that's listening to this to take this very seriously. There are potentially 143 million of us that are impacted by this data breach. What I'd like for you to do when this is over, go out to EquifaxSecurity2017.com. They're going to ask you some real specific information about you to make sure it's you, and then they're going to run a quick scan to see if your social security number was involved in this. I did this for me 2 days ago, and I was one of the people that was involved. So they also give you a chance, whether you're a yes or a no, they're going to give you a chance to sign up for some free credit monitoring. I think it lasts for about a year. You should absolutely do that. So again, EquifaxSecurity2017.com. I strongly encourage you to do that today. Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma. So lots of impact. First of all, our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody who was impacted by that. You likely know people who live there. We actually have a couple of clients who live there, so if you happen to be watching, we're glad that you're okay. There are 2 more hurricanes to come. Jose is out there spinning around, and Katia, I may have mispronounced that, but Katia is out there as well, both of which could be big storms. This is the first time in 100 years that 2 Category 4 hurricanes have landed on the United States, and we have 2 more out there, so it's big. Market impacts. Insurance companies had some sell-off in their stocks last week. So they are going to be impacted, but frankly, they have a bunch of reserves set up for just things like this. There'll be some smaller insurers that will go out of business, but the big ones will be fine, and it'll actually give them an opportunity to raise rates over the next year, 2 or 3, and frankly, that'll be a good thing for them long term, just a minor impact short term. Material supplier companies like Home Depot or Lowe's or other places, they're actually going to get an economic boost from all the rebuilding that will have to take place in Texas and Louisiana and Florida and a lot of the eastern seaboard. So they're actually going to get a positive boost. And then entertainment companies, restaurants, maybe cruise ships, some of those types of companies are going to see a downturn in their business. So it's going to be pretty business specific as to who benefits and who doesn't from these types of big storms. But I don't see a big stock market wide impact. And if anything, we'll probably actually see a little bit of positive impact over the next couple of quarters. The debt ceiling deal. Trump did something pretty unprecedented last week. He went right around the Republicans, swung a deal with the Democrats, and got a lot of more centrist Republicans to go along with it. So the debt ceiling bill that was going to be causing a big problem in September has been pushed out to December. Now, if you listen to Mitch McConnell, leader of the Senate, he says that they're not going to deal with it in December, but they're going to be able to push it off into 2018. Either way, the fire has been temporarily put out by this end run that the White House did around Congress. We're going to need more flood relief, so there's more drama to come, and we should stay tuned for that. But for the time being, the September train wreck that was supposed to happen has been taken off the tracks. So market outlook. Well, there's plenty to worry about right now in the markets, but frankly, the evidence we have in hand says that the bull market continues to be on track. So we've got hurricanes that are causing economic disruption. We've got North Korea, and who knows how that will end or how soon something might actually occur. We've got a bunch of fires burning out west, which are going to cause economic disruption. And we've still got 20 trillion of federal debt that grows every minute of every day. So with those potential problems in the near term, we're way overdue for a 5 or 10% downturn, a correction in the market. And frankly, if we had a 15% or maybe even a 20%, that wouldn't surprise me a bit. But it also wouldn't convince me that that's the end of this bull market run. I'm pretty convinced that this bull market is going to end coinciding with the next recession. And there's no evidence that we have in hand that says the recession is right around the corner. So there are a number of things that might trigger that, but I don't think it's any of the things we've talked about today. So my wrap up from the market outlook is, for the next while, the evidence we have in hand says the bull market is still on track. A lot of the strategies we use for you clients have triggers built into them. They are typically, at least historically, they trigger in the early stages of a major downturn. And they try to avoid triggering in minor downturns. So while we may have one of those trigger in the next 30, 60, or 90 days, I don't really expect that the next major downturn is right around the corner. So that's the economic update for September. Nothing I said today should be construed as specific advice to you. If you have any concerns about the money you have with us or money you have elsewhere and you'd like to sit down and chat with us, just give Melody or Elizabeth a call, shoot us an email, and we'll make sure to set aside that time for you. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you have friends that would benefit, let them know about these monthly economic videos. Thanks so much for joining us.